saya Nor binti Muhammad Aizudin. My metric number is CD210199 and I'm from section 12. Okay, this is CD. Introduction. Trash in our ocean is rapidly become one of the most serious dangers to our ecosystem health. In fact, there is a rubbish island floating in the northern Pacific Ocean that is twice the size of Texas. Each of the main ocean has its own rubbish carrier. Every year, man-made garbage kills millions of seabirds, dolphins, and other marine mammals. What is the most significant source of pollution? Our land-based source, such as marinas, farm, and motor vehicles, have the greatest harmful influence along the world coast. On a daily basis, thousands of tons of rubbish and waste make their way into the ocean. The Seabin functions similarly to a filtration system for a fish tank. The Seabin, on the other hand, can clean the entire port and marinas rather than just a few liters of water. It's operated by connecting to a water pump, and the floating trash is stuck in by this pump and confined inside a mesh bag. After that, the water is sent out the other side of the pump, trash-free. A separate oil removal system is available for the Seabin because oil deteriorates the ocean more quickly than any other product. It is critical that it will be filtered out. The Seabin can drive water through an oil water separator, which filters out all oil and toxic detergent before releasing clean water. Seabin innovation can run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, making it more efficient and cost-effective than urban trash collection. It may be installed on any floating dock and is ideal for ports, marinas, yacht club, private pontoon, inland waterways, residential lakes, and harbors as an anti-pollution solution.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Fatima binti Radi, number matrix CD210133. I will present about our project and I will tell about the material. As we know, ocean full of plastic may not be surprising, but how to clean is all another matter. Projects like ocean cleanup are working to make the ocean suitable for marine life, but the method is not suitable for narrow marine space. Seabin works by stretching trash into trash cans that sucks up floating debris while not endangering animals living in the water. The Seabin is a floating bin that collects floating debris like plastic. It can be installed in marinas, ports, or any other body of water that has a calm environment. The bins are expected to collect 1.5 kilos of floating waste per day, including microplastics as small as 20 s2 millimeter. The amount of plastic trash is influenced by the weather and of course the level of pollution. Seabins are placed in the garbage issue zone, which is the area where floating garbage collects because this is where the waste is carried by wind and currents. A mesh bag made of recycled plastic is connected to a ring floating on the surface and collecting waste. Sacks of extension fiber were used in previous iteration, but they absorb too much water and become brittle. The bag can hold up to 20 kilograms of waste and can also clean oil using simple oil absorption technology designed specifically for change bags. In the near future, the goal is to clean up cyanobacteria, microorganisms that can endanger human health. Submersible water pumps or pools placed on the beach in all the models capable of displacing 25,000 liters per hour are plugged into a 110 on 220 voltage outlet and sucks up water. Afterwards, the water is pumped back into the marina, trapping trash in change bags. Trash cans can operate 24 hours a day, but they must be inspected periodically to avoid bags being filled with trash. The trash can does not catch any fish because they prefer to swim under it.
My name is Zulhafizi bin Zulkifli and my matrix number is CD210141. I will explain about processing and manufacturing. The Seabin collects trash, oil, fuel and detergents and is a revolution in ocean cleaning technology, helping to create cleaner ocean with healthier marine life. It will be manufactured using a cutting-edge injection molding technology. This will see the removal of 70% of the stainless steel currently used in Seabin construction, which will then be replaced by net cast. The move to injection molding will also enable Seabin to be equipped with sensor technology and digital monitoring system to constantly analyze and monitor not only what debris is entering the Seabins, but also water temperature, pH level and more. Seabin like a floating trash can, and we put it in the water at marina, and we put on a floating dock, and we pull water from the top, and then we pump it out the bottom, and then we filter the debris and the trash and the oil with a filter in the middle of that. This is how the sieving works. First, water flows into the bin. Rubbish goes in with rubbish will be goes in with the water, and we catch the rubbish in the bin at the inside. And then water then goes out the bottom of the bin. Water will be absorbed by the water pump at the top. Water goes up into the pump on the deck, and we flow out of the pump and back into the water again.
Okay, next, my name is Muhammad Harita Roslan and my metric number is CD210106. Next part is selection of suitable material and processing. This is a component of our project. The appropriate material used for our project is PE plastic, stainless steel, and fiber wooden clothes. This component for PE plastic, this component for stainless steel, and the last, this component for fiber wooden clothes. In the PE plastic category, we choose to use high density polyethylene HDPE. This material is chosen because this material is excellent resistant to most solvent, resistant to alcohol, daylight acid and alkalis, moderate resistant to oil and grease, and weak resistant to hydrocarbon. In addition, it maintains a temperature from -50 Celsius to 60 Celsius, a relatively rigid material with useful temperature capabilities, low cost polymer, excellent electrical insulating properties, very low water absorption, and FDPA compliant. Yeah, after that, the material we choose was stainless steel. This is because the ingredient are corrosion resistant, impact resistant or strength, cleanliness, aesthetic appearance, and long-term value. The addition of chromium contents is a key component that gives stainless steel its better quality. We usually use grade 316 stainless steel, which also contains 3% molybdenum. This further strengthens its resistance to corrosion to industrial acid, alkaline solution, and make it very resilient in high sub environments for those at sea. Lastly, the material is wooden fiber clothes. It is because the material is very high absorption capacity, fast absorption velocity, easy regeneration, heat resistant, acid or alkali, and low ash contents. These fibers are activated carbon fibers. SAF. SAF primarily contains accessible micropores exposed to its surface, so it has dynamic and effective absorption properties against chemicals. With this high performance, SAF can be made into a fabric engineering requirement for specific application and used in various refining industry applications such as solvent recovery, wastewater treatment, water purification, and air purification. Okay, after that, the processing of PE plastic materials. The various form of polyethylene PE can be produced in processes such as injection molding, blowing molding, extrusion, rotomolding, and various creation process. For example, tube, blown and casting, cable, and anything. This method is suitable for large scale use for continuous production groups.
Processing of each material, PE plastic. PE plastic is various forms of polyethylene PE, can be used in processes like injection molding, blow molding, extrusion, and various film creation processes such as calendering or blown film extrusion. High density polyethylene can be easily processed by injection molding, blow molding, roto molding, and extrusion. For stainless steel. When making stainless steel, the manufacturer has to determine exactly which type of stainless steel they want to make. This is important because the grade of the stainless steel they want to make will affect the ratio of stainless steel material that will be present in the mixture, such as iron, carbon, nickel. These ratios aren't always exact. Sometimes they are on a range because of the inevitable risk of variance is the purity of each element in the mix. Once the raw materials are gathered, the rest of the stainless steel manufacturing process can begin. Here are the basic steps. Number 1. Melting the raw materials. The different stainless steel materials are placed in a furnace, means typical and electric furnace for modern stainless steel manufacturing application, and heated to their melting point. Number 2. Removal of excess carbon. The molten material placed into a vacuum oxygen decarburization (VOD) or argon oxygen decarburization (AOD) system to remove excess carbon. Number 3. turning or steering. To help fine-tune the quality of the final product, the molten steel may be stirred to help distribute and or remove specific stainless steel components from the mixture. Number 4. Forming the metal. As the stainless steel begins to cool, it is put through a very tight of forming processes, starting with hot rolling while the steel is still alive, is still above its crystallization temperature. Number 5. Heat treatment or annealing. To relieve internal stresses and alter the stainless steel mechanical properties, it may be annealed, heated, and cooled under controlled conditions. Number 6. Cutting and shaping. After the annealing process, stainless steel is put through a variety of cutting and shaping processes to create an ideal final product for the application. Last, number 7. Applying surface finishes. The stainless steel manufacturer may apply different surface finishes to their stainless steel builds, blooms, or wires before shipping them to other manufacturers. For fiber wooden cloth, regenerated fiber are man-made or synthetic fiber created from natural polymers. These polymers are broken down by chemical processes and then reformed into fibers that can be spun and woven to produce the fabric. These fibers are bio-based and fall into 2 categories, depending on their origin. Regenerated protein fiber originate from plant or animal proteins, such as corn, soy, and milk, while regenerated cellulose fiber are made from cellulose extracted from wood. Conclusion. Seabin project science and research program take advantage of the global network of Seabin that are currently present around the world and contribute to the understanding of the issue of marine pollution by generating a global database that will inform the public, relevant stakeholders, governments, and communities about the status of their coastlines and water bodies. Seabin will also take every opportunity possible to develop new ways in which we can remove more plastic from our oceans and achieve oceans conservation and sustainability. Thank you. That's all from our groups. Thank you, Doctor.